Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of DEO's Growth Secrets Podcast. I'm Jake Puhl, the CEO of the DEO, and your guest host today, filling in for the illustrious Emmett Scott. And today I'll be talking to Hilary Jorgensen of Smile Warranty. So Smile Warranty is an innovative new concept, which it's really cool inside the DEO. We have a lot of partners who come through, and when they're starting to build and starting to grow with these innovative products, they come to the DEO to find other innovative and growth-minded dentists to kind of take on these products. So Hilary, we're going to learn about Smile Warranty, which is, I think, something new. It's something different, and it's a really cool, innovative way to grow revenue inside of your already operating four walls, your already operating locations, which is the best kind of revenue in my book. So Hilary, welcome, and maybe you can give everyone a little bit of introduction.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Like you said, I'm Hilary Jorgensen. I've been with the company for about 3 years. In September, it'll be Smile Warranty. It will come up on their 5-year anniversary. So we're excited about the way the business is going and how things are going. I live in Boise, Idaho. The company is based out of Dallas, Texas, actually. And we are actually going to have a booth at your upcoming immersion event in Dallas. So we're excited about that. So
we love that. Well, we can't wait to see you in person. Now, let's talk about Smile Warranty. What exactly is it? Let's say I'm a dentist off the streets who comes up and you're in your coffee shop. I come up to you and I say, hey, what can you tell me about Smile Warranty?
yeah, okay. So here's just the overall, in a nutshell, what we do. So Smile Warranty, we offer protection plans for patients for a small fee paid for by the patient, and it's per treatment. So it's every time they come in and need something done, they can get that covered by us. And it's a 12% fee for the patient. And so it's free, zero risk for the dentist. So it's really easy for him or her, and we cover that treatment. So if there's ever any accidents or our tagline is for the what ifs in life. So if there's an accident or just bad luck or poor hygiene, we cover like recurrent decay. We cover it. And so the patient can come in and get anything retreated or repaired or replaced for zero, for no cost. And then we reimburse the doctor up to the full fee value. So up to his or her full fee value, not what insurance covers, but what he or she charges. So they're making money on the front end the first time they do the work. And then if they ever need to replace or repair anything, they make money on the back end. That way it just provides peace of mind. There's a lot going on in that dental office and a lot that the dentist has to worry about and think about, and costs are high. And this is one way that the dentist can be assured that they will never lose chair time. And it just really increases the value of their practice. And it also provides a lot of peace of mind for the patient. There's reasons the patient wants it and reasons the doctor wants it. So we can go over those, but yeah.
Yeah, so walk me through on the patient's side. So the patient has the choice to get the warranty here?
Right. I mean, there's a couple
Almost
of ways to implement Smile Warranty into your practice. One is just to like offer it, have a flyer by the front desk, and it's an option if the patient chooses to do it. We recommend just we recommend that the dentist implements it as their new standard of care. They cover everything for 5 years. And you can advertise that too, you never see a dental office that can advertise we cover everything for 5 years. So
there's a warranty on all work that's done.
A warranty on all the work. Of course, the patient, you're not gonna force the patient to do it. So of course the patient can always opt out.
Right.
But
So
yeah,
it becomes a marketing piece for you as a dental office, right? Why to choose us over somebody else?
for sure.
So you recommend to make it standard with every single person. What are some common procedures where this is the most impactful, or where you're seeing the most interest if you don't do every single procedure?
Oh, usually the big things.
Okay.
most of our practices implement it as their new standard of care. And so it's kind of hard for me to notice which treatments they're choosing to cover. But I think that patients are, if it's a small treatment, say a filling, that's a couple of $100, that warranty is going to be really cheap. So it's like, yeah, let's do it. And then if it's a big thing, yes, I've talked to some prosthodontists. I mean, this is Smile Warranty and prosthodontic offices. It's like a perfect marriage because you have your patients asking for it all the time. They're paying, $30,000, $40,000 for a new smile and they want it covered. And then of course the dentist wants it covered too. He or she doesn't want to have to lose chair time or pay out. I was talking to a dentist the other day at not the other day, last fall at a conference, and I was just talking to him and he says, "This sounds too good to be true." And I said, "Well, I'm not pulling your leg. This is just what we do. We're not hiding anything. There's no like strings attached. This is just what we do." And yeah, he couldn't believe that it was this simple and this easy to make money. So.
Okay, so let's start with the patient side. Why would the patient want to do this, and what are some of the things you hear them saying?
Yeah, perfect. Patients are asking for it, especially on big things. I know all-on-4s and permanent fixed dentures are kind of a new thing. Implants, patients love it. It provides a lot of peace of mind. A lot of times I've had dentists tell me, in fact, I'll tell you a story. I was talking to a dentist, I think like 3 days ago, just called him up to see how Smile Warranty was doing in their practice. And he told me this story that just happened just like last week, I think. So he had this older woman who has dentures and is a patient. And I can't remember what happened to her denture, but I think she stepped on it or something and it needed to be replaced. And she doesn't make a lot of money. And she waited for weeks to come into the dentist because she just knew she couldn't afford it. And she was distraught about it. And because she didn't have the money for new dentures. And when she got into the office, the dentist was able to look at her chart and see that she had paid for the warranty and was able to tell this woman that she didn't have to pay for this denture. She was almost brought to tears because she was just
Wow.
grateful. So that's kind of a neat story to tell. And that's one I just heard a few days ago. So it's nice when things like that happen. So.
Okay, so that makes tons of sense, and it's almost like it's almost like guaranteed work, right? In a way, and for the patient too, it's essentially almost like an insurance policy that they're kind of buying.
No, but
How
yeah,
would you,
we're
how
not
would
an
you define
insurance
this?
company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, so let us avoid that word essentially, right?
Yeah.
What is the main distinction? Like, because it's a one-time kind of thing, or how
The
do you?
one team, the difference between a warranty and an insurance is a lot of times insurances require you to pay a little bit more when you get the treatment done.
I see, I see.
And this is, you pay one fee at the beginning and you're covered.
Okay, so if I'm a patient, are there any stipulations around it? It does seem too good to be true, right? Because if I could throw
Yeah,
my,
it does. As a patient, you mean, is that what you said?
yeah, let's stay on the patient side, right?
Okay, on the patient side, they have one stipulation, and that is that they maintain their hygiene appointments, their regular hygiene appointments, which is also a benefit for the dentist too.
That's amazing. That's absolutely
So,
amazing. It's a win-win.
so
Yeah,
as long as and we don't stipulate what regular means. That's up
yeah.
to the dentist. So it could be 6 months, it could be a year. Another great thing for the patient is that it's nationwide coverage. So if, say, the patient's on vacation in Hawaii and tries surfing for the first time and busts out their, crown on their front tooth, we cover that. And the dentist that retreated it would get paid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if there happened, whatever.
Yeah.
Or if they move.
Is it no questions asked kind of thing? I'm thinking like, well, if I'm buying a warranty and other products, it's kind of, is it no questions asked? Or they have to prove that I didn't
Oh, yeah.
specifically?
So we have a portal.
Okay.
And every warranty is registered on that portal. And so when when the front desk needs to file a claim, they just go on our portal, file a claim. There's a few questions asked, like maybe 5 fields they need to enter. And then the last half of it is photos of before and after. We have to cover ourselves.
Okay, that makes sense
So
to me.
yeah. And it's my job at Smile Warranty to keep the dentists happy. So I'm gonna go to bat for that person. So yeah, my job is to pay out claims if there is one. So
Yeah. Well, plus it's part of your business, right? I mean, in order for your
right,
business
that's what we
to be
do.
successful, yeah, to
That's
be
what we do.
successful, you've got to, kind of stick to what you guys are
Yes,
promising.
and that's how we keep dentists happy. So
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Well, and patients too, right? They have to.
Yes,
So,
for sure.
okay, that was a great example. Any other examples that come to mind of where this is useful? I mean, it seems very, very useful as a patient for almost everything.
Yeah, I think when I look at the claims filed, many of the claims are for not many. Some of the claims are for like night guards that the dog chewed on or something like that.
Really?
We also cover, and this is actually, I don't know why I didn't lead with this, because this is one of my favorite aspects of Smile Warranty, especially on the patient side, is we cover what we call next level treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So if a patient gets, say, an MOD on 18, and then 4 years later, a cusp cracks or something, the tooth cracks, and they need a crown, we'll take the money that was covered for the MOD, that 300, $400, and apply it to the crown. So any next level treatment on that same tooth. Yeah, I had a dentist email me a question yesterday and said, will you guys cover, say we do a crown and a patient pays for that, and then later the root fractures for whatever reason, and we have to take that crown off to do a root canal or to extract the tooth and put a new implant in, will you replace that crown? And yeah, we'll replace that crown, even though that there was nothing wrong with the crown and it wasn't the patient's fault. That's what we do. So we want people to be happy and have peace of mind. So
Yeah. Okay, so if an office is making this part of their standard, does that mean that the patient doesn't, it's kind of just assumed, or does the patient still have the choice, or they just
both,
include all the work?
kind of both. So you just assume when you write up a treatment plan, you add in 5-year warranty and kind of roll it in. But you make sure to add that 5-year warranty on your treatment plan. And we also have on our end, the offices will use like an iPad or something and have the front desk will register the warranty, which takes about 20 seconds. It's really fast. And then hand it to the patient. The patient signs it. That takes about another 5 seconds. And then the warranty is registered. But when it comes to like the treatment plan and stuff, yeah, you would just roll it in, add the 5-year warranty at the bottom of the treatment plan, and the patient is signing it, knows it's there. They can always opt out of it. We recommend though, this is one good thing for dentists, is because I know and it doesn't happen a ton, but there are a couple of times a month, at least in each practice, awkward conversations about, am I covering this or are you covering this? Like, who's responsible for this repair? Or, look, I just got this filling done 2 years ago and now it needs to be replaced. I know I've had that myself a couple of times.
Absolutely.
So this just kind of eliminates, it just really defines black and white. If you offer Smile Warranty in your practice, you never redo anything for free from then on. So if they decline the warranty, if they decline it, which is totally fine, if they decline it, then that puts the responsibility on them.
Right. That's
So,
really
and this is
good.
an easy way for a front desk to sell it. So here's the thing, front desk does everything. Once the dentist decides they want Smile Warranty and instructs their front desk and they get trained, the dentist never has to think about this again.
Yeah.
Like
So
he never mentions it, nothing.
yeah,
So
right, because it goes from, the patient's like, well, hey, there was this implicit, you should be guaranteeing your work implicitly with me, and if anything happens at all, I come back here, customer's always right, and you guys just redo this for free, and all these conversations where it's, as a rule, everything has a warranty,
right,
and if you decide to opt out as a patient, then things happen, and it's we don't have to talk about whose fault it is, yours or mine. Really, I gave you the opportunity to guarantee the work, and that's what we normally do. And if you opt out of that, then
right.
really it's your responsibility.
And that's what the front desk can tell them. If they opt out, they can say, that's totally fine. Just so you know,
Yeah.
the warranty's $35. And if you need this filling replaced,
Yeah.
it's going to cost $300 or whatever the math adds up to.
Yeah.
And just so you know, if you opt out, you're responsible for covering it. I don't know why dentistry has this thing. I mean, with so many advances in products and technology, we just assume that all dentistry is done really well. Like dentists are good dentists.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of interesting how in the dental world, dentists are responsible or assumed to be responsible for any sort of repair or replacement. Like
Right.
my son a few years ago broke his arm. He was like 5 at the time, and he needed surgery, put a rod in. Like a month later, another surgery, take the rod out. 2 months later, he breaks it again. And of course, nobody's going to expect that surgeon to do that again, for free.
Oh, even totally. And I even think with like car warranties, right? If I'm at the tire dealership and I opt out of the warranty, I know if anything happens at all, even if the product is messed up, I had the chance to get the warranty, right? And so I'm essentially taking that risk.
Right. And that's one thing your patients are buying is peace of mind.
That's right.
So I know that I just bought my daughter an iPhone 2 weeks ago, and I declined the Apple Care. And I have this, like, when I did so, I had this like pit in my stomach. That's what happens when you don't have that peace of mind. You're going to have a little bit of concern all the time.
Right.
So.
Okay, so on the doctor side,
Okay.
yeah, how does it work on the doctor side? I mean, obviously there's some management that needs to happen. There's some forms, maybe financially, how does it work? Like, how does it all work?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. So, so they just go to our website, which is mysmilewarranty.com, and they enroll online, and a link will get sent to them, and it allows them to sign the contract. And then as soon as they do that, there's also on our website is a tutorial video that we encourage the dentist and the front desk to watch. And if there's any questions, me or someone from our office will call just to finalize things. The way it works is, and we haven't talked about money yet, really. When the dentist signs up, he or she puts in his or her credit card number. And so it's 12%. So let's say the warranty was $100 that the patient paid for and agreed to and signed for. As soon as that front desk submits the warranty on our portal, we take 75% of that 12. So as a finder's fee or as a thank you or as an incentive to the dentist, we allow them to keep 25% of that 12%. And so we charge their credit card
for every warranty.
Every warranty. So it's
an immediate revenue stream, which
right. And they're not paying any overhead on that either. Right. I mean, that's straight.
It's that simple, right? It's that simple.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I mean, we have on our website, we have what's a profit calculator. And I think for a lot of your clients who make a ton and have lots of practices, our profit calculator only goes up to like $1 or $1.5 million or something. So there's a couple of sliders, and you just slide your monthly gross production, slide it to how much you make it a month. And then warranty acceptance rate. Like what, if you think you're going to roll this in and make it your standard of care, you're probably gonna have 90-95% acceptance rate, and then up will pop a number
Right.
of what you can expect to make on an annual basis from Smile Warranty. And that includes average paid out claims per office. So that's
Yeah.
your 3% that you keep plus any claims on average.
Yeah. Right. So immediate, I mean, immediate, a couple percentage points there. Plus, if you are doing redos or you're recovering your work and you're eating that, if
Right.
you can execute on the communication of it to the patient, now you're getting reimbursed and compensated for that, just because it's a better way to kind of position it for a patient.
Right.
So yeah, so this is just increasing revenue and improving your treatment and services.
Totally, totally. In fact, I started telling a story about a conference that I went to, and I went blank. I couldn't remember what I was saying, but now I remember. This dentist was like, whenever, and it's totally true, whenever me or one of my associates has to redo something, I might as well write that patient a check, because I'm just totally losing money because I'm redoing. I just overhead, you have to pay. I mean, it's not the treatment itself, it's everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer to sign up for Smile Warranty, because there's no risk. Even if you try it for like 3 months,
Yeah.
you're going to realize you love it. So
Anything else on the doctor side? So on each warranty that comes through, they're going to get 25% of that warranty fee. And when the work's redone, they can just get reimbursed from that. And then how does that work when the work is redone or when warranty is?
So yeah, they just file a claim,
Yeah.
and then we cut them a check within. Our goal is to have it to them within 2 weeks. So
Okay. What else? I mean, that seems pretty simple.
it is pretty simple. Let's see. It increases case acceptance rates, especially on big things. Patients might be a little hesitant, but if you tell them it's covered for 5 years, that increases case acceptance.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of things. So I get 2 responses. So whenever I talk to dentists, most of the time they're on board. And when I don't have dentists on board, I get 2 responses. One is, I already warranty my work, which is great for your patient, but you're probably only warranting it for maybe a year, and you're losing money if you have to redo anything. So that's the answer to that one. And the other one is,
when they warranty their work, are they charging extra for it?
no.
They're just
So,
kind of saying,
I mean, this is kind of like what we talked, like dentists are expected to redo things if it needs to be done, right? So,
yeah, which is cool. I mean, it's great, right? Like that's great as a dentist, but you have an opportunity to kind of like separate that out and actually promote that a little more and make way more sense to the patient versus like this expectation. I don't know. The way that you're doing it seems to be a little more streamlined and it will, I don't know, make more sense to the patient potentially.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, it just clarifies things and keeps things, I like how you said separated, and it's just more defined. And it kind of takes the dentist, it kind of takes any emotion out of anything. So it makes it a little bit patient-doctor relationship a little bit better in that respect.
Well, let me ask, so a couple more questions. I'm just get a hard question, which is like, how do you guys make, how do you all make money then? Are you just banking on, obviously, that you're going to have less claims than what people are saying? I mean, you're taking on risk.
Yeah.
It's a company, which you should be rewarded for that. But you're just, and then I'm assuming if there's a lot of claims coming through, obviously you got to look out for yourselves and be like, hey, we got to see like less claims coming through your office, or else this isn't going to work.
Right. So we vet our dentists. I mean, well, we allow all dentists to sign up, but if they're filing more claims than average, we'll reach out to them for sure. So yeah, the only way we make money is that 75% that we take.
Right.
And then
not having a ton of claims, hopefully, right?
I mean, yeah, but we also, like I said, we want to be that company that people trust and that people want to work with and easy to work with. So
you're gonna have to work with good dentists and good dental offices for sure.
Yeah.
which is good because you don't want a warranty if it's not really good office. So that makes sense. What about implementation? Because from my experience, actually the hardest part of this is training a team on how to talk about it, getting them comfortable talking about it. That point of interaction with the patient is where this is all going to kind of, the success is going to be determined. So how do you help with that? How do you guys think about that?
Yeah, 100%. The hardest part of implementing Smile Warranty, or the biggest hurdle, I guess I should say, the biggest hurdle in implementing Smile Warranty into the practice is actually getting your front desk to do it. And when they've got their routine and the way they're doing it already established, it's hard to kind of change things. But what I tell our clients is, it just takes a week or two of doing this, and then it'll just become your new routine, and it'll just become what you do. So the way it works is when a patient accepts Smile Warranty, they just, on the iPad at their office or whatever they use, whatever kind of device they use at their office, we just assume all offices use devices now. So it could even be a cell phone if they wanted it to be. They just fill in those 3 or 4 fields and hand it to the patient. The patient signs it, done. And then, so it only takes like an extra 30 seconds. And like I said, how we train front desk personnel to implement it is by saying, when someone comes to the front desk after being in the back and they need, a crown, I'll just say a crown. You can say, oh, I see Dr. So-and-so has recommended a crown. It's going to cost you $1,500, and that includes a 5-year warranty. And then your insurance covers this much, so that leaves you with this much for this portion today. So insurance does not cover Smile Warranty. So you add the Smile Warranty fee at the end after you talk about how much your insurance is going to pay. So when you just throw it in there, and that includes the 5-year warranty, that's how we recommend doing it. And then the patient signs as well. So, and they get an email confirmation, and they can look over, the warranty agreement is on there. So that's how we recommend it. And I will say, and usually I save this for dentists, but I'll say it here, but it's hard. It's sometimes difficult to get front desk to do something a little bit that they're not used to doing. And
Hilary,
so what we recommend is incentivizing them. And most dentists, almost every dentist is like, no, I don't need to incentivize it. They're good. They do what I ask.
I was just laughing because I think that's probably the most relatable statement ever said on the podcast, which is,
For sure.
it is hard to get people to do new things, just in general in life. And
For sure.
so yeah, so I think, and that's why I always ask you about that, because that is the hardest part. And it sounds like you guys provide some support there, and also understand that that's the hardest part. And so probably
it is, and they're doing all the work too. So I have a dentist who I was talking to, and he's like, no, I don't need to incentivize. And so he used Smile Warranty for a couple of weeks, and then, a couple of months. And then he looked at his numbers on Smile Warranty, because they have a dashboard and it shows all their stats and stuff. And his numbers were lower than he anticipated. So he thought, well, I'm going to try incentivizing. So he incentivized his front desk. And I'm not exaggerating. Within 1 month, his numbers had quadrupled. So that's how it is.
It is how it is. I think some of the things we've learned is, it's incentivized to jumpstart something is a really, really good strategy.
Yeah.
And then also just making sure you're not pick a few things, right? There's only a few new things that somebody can add to their day. And so you pick a few things, but this one is a great one because it's an ROI too, right? You kind of know exactly what you're getting. Amazing. Anything else? I love these kind of these situations, because it's again, it's squeezing the juice. We call it squeezing the juice out of what you currently have, right? And so it's just squeezing the juice, and it's a win-win on the patient and the doctor side. The only one, like you said, the only kind of objection would be is if you just think you should just guarantee everything in dentistry and not have patients pay for it. That's kind of an opinion that maybe some people might have, and that they're happy to have that. But Other industries don't think like that, right? Like warranties are a proven way to go about servicing people and
Yeah.
products. So it makes sense.
And like I said, I mean, no dentist is going to cover something for 5 years anyway on their own.
Adding
And
that.
it's not fair for them to have to cover something that the patient did wrong. Like they have recurrent decay because they don't keep their teeth clean very well, or they're the one that fell off their bike, or whatever it is.
Exactly.
So,
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for letting us know kind of what Smile Warranty does here. I have a feeling y'all are going to be in a lot of places. I think this is a really referable thing. Like once one dentist is using it, they see an uptick in revenue, really, then they're going to tell friends. And so this is something that makes tons of sense. So
yeah, we think so.
yeah. So well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Excited to have you a part of the DEO community, and we're going to see you in person in not too
Yeah.
long.
Thanks a bunch. We're happy to be there.
All right. Thanks, Hilary.